Tandem USA Togo, le magazine d'information et d'éducation de l'ambassade des États-Unis au Togo. Et c'est l'heure de la conversation 100% en anglais. Le but de cette session, vous le connaissez déjà, c'est de vous aider à améliorer votre compréhension de l'anglais oral et de vous familiariser avec les différents accents des États-Unis. 5 minutes de conversation en anglais, suivi de 5 minutes d'explication de certaines expressions et mots utilisés au cours du dialogue. Pour aujourd'hui, Brenda est allée à la rencontre d'un jeune étudiant originaire de l'Indiana, un des États qui composent les États-Unis. Discussion à bâton rompu sur le cursus universitaire de l'étudiant ainsi que ses loisirs. Allez, c'est parti!
So for this English part of our show, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from.
Sure. My name is Justin Staley. I'm from the United States, from the state of Indiana.
And Indiana is where, geographically?
It's pretty much in the center of the United States, a little more to the east. They call it the crossroads of America because it's kind of the center of all the highways come together in Indiana.
Okay. So Justin, what do you do?
I am a student right now in Germany, studying abroad for a year for my master's degree in theology at the University of Bonn.
Okay, so you're studying theology, master's in theology. What do you plan to do? Are you going to stay in academia, or what does one do with theology degrees?
That was the original plan for me. It was to pursue my doctorate in theology, and so I was on that course, and after I graduated with my bachelor's degree, I decided to study paramedic science, and I became a paramedic and got interested in medicine, and decided that I wanted to go to medical school. But since I already had a course lined up to do this master's degree in theology in Germany, I thought I would use that to study abroad before I go for the long haul in medicine.
How many years does that take?
Because my undergrad degree was not a degree in science, I have to go back and do a year of undergrad science studies and take a test and then apply for medical school. And then medical school itself will be 4 years of schooling before you start your specialization.
So altogether, you're going to be in school for how many years?
For the rest of my life.
What does your family think about this?
My brothers and sisters are also pretty academic and doing their masters, or my one brother's doing his doctorate, so we all kind of enjoy being in school.
Okay, well, now in America, school's not free, right? You have to pay for it.
That's correct.
So are your parents paying for this for you?
No. I went to a school that was difficult to get into, but they're donor based in my undergrad, so it was tuition free, so it only cost me about $10,000 a year. And then I worked for the company that I did my paramedic education for, and so they paid for that schooling. And in Germany, schools are free, so I'm getting a free master's degree. So
that's pretty good. Now, how did you organize to do your study abroad trip in Germany?
I had a few friends from the school I went to for my undergrad that have done this program in Bonn, and that's how I found out about the program, and I applied and had good recommendations, and so I was accepted.
I'm going to change directions completely
No
now. Let's talk about sports.
Okay.
Because Indiana has a couple famous sports things going on.
They do.
So tell me about American football in Indiana.
Okay. Well, the Indianapolis Colts are Indiana's team from the capital, Indianapolis. We actually just had the Super Bowl was held in Indianapolis for the first time, I think, ever. This last year they had a lot of road construction going on, and then we just had the Super Bowl, and everybody was very pleased with it. So we're happy to boast in our state.
So now the Super Bowl. Can you explain what the Super Bowl is?
Yeah, the Super Bowl is the final match between the top two teams for the season of the sport. So it decides the winner that year.
What about the Indy 500?
Indy 500 is a famous race, and there are quite a few race fans in Indianapolis and in the Indiana area. I'm not one at all. I've attended the race a couple times, but yeah, it's known. We have a famous racetrack that used to be made of brick there, and so they have another race called the Brickyard 400. Those are the two main races.
Okay. Are there any other interesting sports that you play that might be uniquely American?
I did play ultimate frisbee in in college at an intramural level.
So what is ultimate frisbee?
Ultimate frisbee, maybe it's most similar to rugby, but for us, we compare it to American football because we're most familiar with that. But it's a frisbee, a disc that you throw to each other.
It looks like a plate.
Looks like a plate. Yeah. It floats when you throw it, so you have to spin it correctly, and then you pass it from person to person until you get it into an area, the touchdown end zone, and that gets you points. The goal. Yeah.
You've traveled because you're in Germany as a foreign exchange student. What other countries have you been to?
I've been to Kenya. Here in Togo now. I've been to Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Ireland, and Scotland, and then Mexico just across the border since it borders the US.
Tell me one memory of any of those travels.
Well, I enjoy playing music. My family has a Scottish and Irish heritage, and we play music together, and I play the bagpipes. So one of the best memories for me was actually being in the Highlands in Scotland, the mountains there where the bagpipes originated, and standing on a hill and playing the bagpipes in Scotland.
What a great thought to leave on, and we'll leave our audience with some bagpipe music for that. Thank you very much, Justin.
Thank you.
Et voilà, merci à Brenda et à son interlocuteur du jour, Justin Sterling. Je vous dis bravo dans le cas où vous auriez tout saisi et tout compris dans cette conversation. Si ce n'est pas le cas, si certains mots vous ont échappé, pas de panique, on y revient toujours, et cette fois en français. Et c'est l'œuvre de professeur Kofi.
Bonjour à nos auditeurs. Bonjour Ronnie. Brenda était donc en discussion avec Justin Sterling qui lui a dit qu'il était originaire de l'État d'Indiana. Justin dit, Indiana is located pretty much in the center of the United States, ce qui veut dire Indiana est quasiment situé au centre des États-Unis. Pretty much qui s'écrit P-R-E-2-T-Y puis M-U-C-H veut dire donc beaucoup plus, majoritairement, essentiellement, à peu près, pratiquement ou quasiment. Un exemple. Kids can do pretty much anything you ask them to do with the right kind of instruction. Les enfants peuvent faire à peu près tout ce qui leur est demandé s'ils reçoivent l'instruction adéquate. Toujours parlant de l'Indiana, Justin dit que l'État est aussi décrit comme The Crossroad of America. Crossroad, C-R-O-2-S-R-O-A-D, se traduira par carrefour en français. Justin dit qu'il est un Américain ayant étudié la théologie et étudiant depuis de nombreuses années la médecine. I am studying abroad, raconte-t-il à Brenda, ce qui veut dire j'étudie à l'étranger. Étranger, en ce qui concerne le lieu, se dit en anglais abroad, A-B-R-O-A-D. Mais un étranger en anglais est appelé a foreigner ou à l'extrême a stranger. Justin ajoute, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in theology, ce qui signifie j'ai eu ma licence en théologie. To graduate, G-R-A-D-U-A-T-E, signifie conférer un diplôme. Le diplôme universitaire lui-même se dit degree, D-E-G-R-2-E. Et la licence se dit en anglais bachelor's degree. Bachelor s'épelant B-A-C-H-E-L-O-R. Le plus souvent, les anglophones disent simplement BA pour parler de la licence. La maîtrise se dit master degree. Parlant de la manière dont il finance ses études, l'interlocuteur de Brenda dit ceci. I am attending a tuition-free school, but the courses cost me $10,000 a year. Je fréquente une université où on ne paie pas de frais de scolarité, mais les frais connexes liés au cours me reviennent à $10,000 l'an. To attend, A-2-T-E-N-D, fréquenter, participer. To attend a meeting, prendre part à une réunion. To attend a school, fréquenter une école. Tuition, Tuition, frais de scolarité. Parlant de sport, Justin mentionne que la capitale de l'État d'Indiana a accueilli l'année passée le Super Bowl. Le Super Bowl, Bowl s'écrivant B-O-W-L, c'est la grande finale du championnat de football, mais pas du football que nous connaissons. Le football américain se joue principalement à la main. Et oui, paradoxe, le football que nous pratiquons d'habitude est appelé aux États-Unis soccer, S-O-2-C-E-R. Justin mentionne aussi ce qu'il appelle le Indy 500. Dans les médias francophones, on parle plutôt des 500 miles d'Indianapolis. Il s'agit d'une spectaculaire course automobile de renommée mondiale qui se tient chaque année depuis 1911 à Indianapolis, la capitale de l'État de l'Indiana. Course sportive se traduit en anglais par race, R-A-C-E. L'étudiant affirme aussi jouer au frisbee. Frisbee s'écrit F-R-I-S-B-E-E et désigne une sorte de disque rond, plat et plastique conçu pour planer en tournant sur lui-même, auquel on donne plus ou moins d'effet lors du lancer. Le but du jeu, c'est de faire passer le disque entre partenaires de la même équipe sans qu'un des membres de l'équipe adverse ne l'intercepte jusqu'à une ligne de score. Dernière chose, la plus amusante, que Justin ait fait apprendre à jouer de la cornemuse, puisque ses parents sont d'origine écossaise. I play bagpipes as my parents originate from Scotland, comme disait Justin. Bagpipe, B-A-G-P-I-P-E, fait littéralement référence au sac, bag, et au tuyau, pipe. C'est exactement l'image qu'on a de la cornemuse, un instrument de musique typiquement celtique. On dirait de petits tuyaux plantés dans un sac en forme de poche rempli d'air et qui donne un son assez plaisant. Bagpipes, la cornemuse.
Merci à toi, Kofi. Et c'est justement sur un air de cornemuse écossaise que prend fin la rubrique en anglais du Tandem USA Togo.